Look at them. NDLEA. NDLEA have killed my son. They have killed my son with straight bullets in the shop. They have killed my son with straight bullets in the shop. NDLEA.
Welcome back, guys. Now, what you heard is the pain of a father who has just lost a 2-year-old son to a stray bullet and also had his second son also injured in the eye as a result of this same stray bullet, which allegedly was fired by some operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in Nigeria. Viewer discretion is advised on this video since the contents of it may sometimes be a bit extreme for some audiences. Before we get into the case at hand, let's go and watch the full footage that this father allegedly put out after this incident, and then I'll come back and share the updates on the issue and the details of whatever transpired with you.
NDLEA have killed my son. They have killed my son with straight bullets in the shop. They have killed my son with straight bullets in the shop. NDLEA. They have killed my daughter in the shop. NDLEA. Please. Please. NDLEA have killed my daughter with straight bullets because they want to do an arrest within the neighborhood. They shoot bullets. He came to meet my daughter and my son in the shop. Please, people should help me. I'm following them now. I'm following them. I'm following them. God, oh, they should account for it. Hey, God, hey, God, oh, hey, hey. No. I'm following them. I don't know where they are going to. NDLEA with straight bullets. Hey. Oh God. Oh. These people. They have killed my people. They have killed my people. Look at them. I don't know where they are going to. I don't know where they are going to. The straight bullets. I don't know where they are going to. I don't know where these NDLEA are going to. They are the one responsible for my daughter's bullets. My daughter and my son. Please, oh. Look at them. I don't know where they are going to. I don't know where they are going to. I don't know where they are going to. Hey. Look at them. Look at them. Yes. I better follow me. This one don't shoot my daughter. They don't shoot my daughter. Yes.
Where your daughter now?
I better come.
Where your daughter?
Just follow me. Oh God, oh. They have killed my family! They have killed my family! Hey! God! Look at them! Because they want to arrest somebody around, they shoot a gun. Straight bullet hit my daughter. And my son in the eye. They have killed my family. They have killed my family. They have killed my family. Hey! God! Aye!
So there you have it. And the name of the 2-year-old boy whose life was tragically lost is Ivan Onose Omhonrina, and his younger brother, who is less than 2 years old, just barely over a year old, who sustained injury in his eye, is called Eromon Sele. It's very unfortunate how this played out, but per eyewitness account, these two boys were hit by these stray bullets in their mother's shop at a town called Asaba. On this fateful day, it is being reported that officials of the NDLEA were in this Asaba market to pursue a known drug kingpin. This was a zone in the market that had been tagged as a notorious drug den. Now, according to the report, when the NDLEA operatives were conducting this operation, a light blue 2008 Toyota Camry vehicle, which had parked at the scene, quickly tried to take off. The NDLEA operatives, who noticed this, tried to rush on and prevent the vehicle from escaping, but before they could say jack, the vehicle had allegedly sped off and even knocked one of the NDLEA operatives. In their attempt to prevent this vehicle from escaping, one NDLEA official is reported to have allegedly fired a shot at the Toyota Camry vehicle with the intent of aiming to hit the vehicle's tire to prevent it from speeding off. Unfortunately, it was not successful and this vehicle escaped. This would later lead to what would come out as these two kids having been hit by stray bullets fired allegedly by this NDLEA operative. But then, there's a counter view. The NDLEA is not denying they had this operation, but they are denying firing upon the shop where these kids were. But then the question is, what is what? And why were the kids even at the shop at the time? It turns out that these kids had actually been in school, but they had closed from school and had been brought to the shop which belongs to their mom. And that has been their routine. They bring the children there after school, and then when their dad closes from work, he picks up his wife, who is their mom, and the kids, and they all go home together as one family, which I think is cool, it's beautiful. Here in Africa, these dynamics exist in various forms for families who are just nuclear. So it isn't odd for kids to be in their mom's shop after school. Now, to the point where the NDLEA is saying that they didn't fire on the shop, the reports never actually said they fired at the shop. The reports had it that the kids were hit from a stray bullet that came from somewhere, and they suspect it's from the shots that were fired by the NDA operatives in trying to prevent this Toyota Camry from escaping. So I think that we need to get the facts right. The NDLEA needs to align their response to what has been put out there, that their stray bullets probably took the life of this kid and injured his brother. So it is not that somebody or the report was actually saying that they had fired at the kid's mom's shop, but rather is that whatever they fired at, a stray bullet from that shot ended up hitting the shop and in turn hitting the kid. I think that fact needs to be put out. And their boss has come out to explain that investigations are actually ongoing, and I wouldn't expect anything less than that. And I'm hoping that it's going to be an unbiased, objective, and independent investigation, because it is bad enough that a life has been lost, but it's even worse that is the life of a 2-year-old kid, and his brother may also have been maimed for life. Hopefully not, but there's that possibility. And I'm hoping that the investigation would be independent, biased, free, and objective. So as to establish what actually happened, because I'm no expert, but I know that with such operations, even though there's the temptation to fire at a vehicle, the first thing that the official needs to do is to scan the perimeter to be sure that the risk of missing and hitting other people in the vicinity is not high. As to whether that was done, I don't know. As to whether the NDLEA operative is actually guilty of what he is being suspected of being guilty of, I can't tell us at now, because there is also a possibility, however remote, there is a possibility that maybe that shot never came from the NDLEA. It could have come from somebody else. Remember, they were pursuing drug people or drug campaigns. So there's a possibility some of them could have also been armed and maybe returned fire. So I'm hoping that this investigation is going to be thorough. I'm expecting there will be some form of forensic team also on site to survey and investigate the crime scene so as to establish the exact cause of what has happened. The father of these kids has been granted an interview, and we'll go back to listen to what he is talking about in recounting what has happened after he calmed down. This interview was after he had calmed down. Because if you watch the footage again, what we just watched before I came in to give this account, you would notice this man was so distraught to the point that he was sometimes saying they've killed his son. Sometimes also he's saying they've killed his daughter. That shows you how his mental health and his state of mind had been affected so much by what had happened. And who wouldn't? Being a parent, seeing your child ending up like that. And it's also important to note that the NDLEA is also trying to establish whether the kids were actually even in a shop, or maybe they were rather in the light blue Toyota Camry that they fired at, which escaped. That is also a possibility, not to tarnish the parents' image, but as it stands now, it's a crime scene, it's an open case, and anything is possible. It could be that is also what happened, and the kids were rather put in harm's way by their own parents. We can't say now, but I'm hoping, like I said, that the investigations will be unbiased and very objective and independent so that the facts will come out. But let's go and listen to the interview that the father granted after he had calmed down a bit. And then afterwards, we'll come back and wrap this video up.
Okay, sir. My name is Comrade Marvin Mojo. I'm a human rights activist. Can I know your name, sir? Okay. My name is Huebner-Makurat. Please, can you be audible? Can you speak? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. My name is Huebner-Makurat. I'm from
Edo State. Okay, sorry. Okay, there's an ugly incident that we had about two kids that were shot by NDLEA. They're kids. Just can you just please tell the audience what really happened that yesterday?
What happened is I went to the school to bring them to school. Mm-hmm. Then I decided to take them to the shop. That's how we normally do it.
Your shop or
my wife's shop?
Your wife's shop, okay.
So I keep them there. Mm. So whenever I'm done with the things I'm doing in town or in the office, if I'm going home, I pick them up. Okay. So I drop them there at about 4:30 to 5, thereabouts. So immediately I dropped there, we went upstairs. Went to meet my wife upstairs. So I left that. My house is not just 5 minutes drive from the shop.
Okay.
Immediately they just opened the house. My wife called me. They come back. It's like she doesn't even know where the bullet came from.
Okay.
Or it came from afar.
Okay.
Because there was no sound within.
Okay.
So she now said, "Come back." I just reversed back. I was going to the shop. Getting to the shop now, she called me again. "We are going to FNC. Please meet us in FNC." I said, "No, I will not go to FNC. Let me know what happened now." But when I got to the shop environment, I saw people, I saw guys, and like 3-4 meters away from my shop, like 3 poles away from my shop, there's a place these Abuki sell drugs and all that. Okay. So somebody from the neighborhood there just told me that all these policemen, they come around, NDLEA come around, you get where they shoot gun for there. The blessing that affect your people. So immediately he said that I saw the NDLEA, they just came, drove very close to my shop now. They parked. I said, okay, since I've gotten this formation, let me go and approach them. I went to go and meet the guy. I said, Oga, what I did first was to take picture and try to video them. So the guy just attacked me and wants to, attack my person. Then I told you that, Oga, they tell me, say, they pick your one and take from them. What the wrong one and take for them. To kill my people. Immediately, the guy even cracked bomb on me. Why am I videoing? Why am I taking any shot? I should bring the phone. Get that phone. So they now just jumped out of the healers that they brought. So from there now, I hold my phone and I said I'm not dropping my phone for anybody. Before you know it, when I said that, they said the gunshot there killed somebody, killed one of my child. Then they just entered their vehicle. They just zoom off.
All right. With the reports we are having from the NDLEA, they said it was an accidental discharge. A car hit.
There's nothing like accidental discharge. Okay. They were even trying, because the guy was going after those guys that sells drugs.
Yeah.
So he just came to the road, according to the POS gate opposite.
Yeah.
Just came to the road. Before you know it, the car was coming on the highway. So he just came in. So the guy now just immediately, I think the car brushed him, kind of. So he was now making an attempt to fire the car.
So that was when
that was the bullet that went straight to my one shot.
So sorry. And we learned that one of your child again is still in the hospital at the time.
Yes, because of the PS, the mirror.
And they affected that one in the eye.
Affected that one.
So that one,
they took that one to the theater. I think about 12 p.m. yesterday night.
Okay.
They came out 12 a.m. this morning from the theater.
Oh, so sorry for the loss, huh? But what we are promising is that definitely we must get justice, okay? We want you, we sympathize with your family, and we pray that God give you the heart to bear the loss.
Thank you.
Viewers, this is the father of the little child that was shot.
Later, I went to the command too.
Yeah.
I went to Obash.
Yeah.
And then when we were going, when I was doing the video, but then shouting, people should help me, that they've killed my child, and they ran away. So I have to pursue them.
Well, so there you have it. I must mention that the interview footage you just watched is by kind courtesy of human rights activist Comrade Isaac Joe. And if you listen to what the father of these two boys actually explained, I think it ties in accurately with the reports out there. We are yet to officially hear from the NDLEA in any form of update after their investigation. But these are my 2 cents on the case. I've already indicated some with regards to the possibilities as being put out there. But my 2 cents in finality are these. First of all, I think that this is going to be a tricky case. I don't know how it's going to play out if investigations actually confirm that the NDLEA officer's shot that was fired ended up being the stray bullets that took the life of this 2-year-old kid and also injured his brother in the eye. Is it going to be an offense that is going to be prosecuted, and this officer and maybe even the NDLEA pursued in court? What form of justice is going to play out? Is there going to be any form of imprisonment, or it's rather going to be treated as an accident and the family going to be probably compensated in whichever form by the government or the state? Either way, a life has been lost, and that is where my pain always comes from. What has happened as damage which cannot be reversed. In this case, is the life of a 2-year-old kid, and I think that it's very, very unfortunate. I have my reservations by what I'm hearing, but because they haven't been established as facts, I'm going to hold on to my personal reservations, because I could end up speaking to something which turns out not to be what actually transpired. Although certain reports are out there, the father of the kids are also saying this. I believe that fair hearing requires that we also hear from the other side. And in the absence of that, I'm going to hold on to how I actually feel about the possibility that the NDLEA official or officials may have caused this due to unprofessional behavior, because that has not been yet established. So till then, I would wish the family of these two boys my condolences, the strength to move on, and also hope that they get the justice that they deserve. RIP to the young Ivan, a beautiful life cut short by this incident. And like I've been saying, when we step out, even when you haven't stepped out, please be very careful. You can never be too careful, actually. There are certain things you can't see coming, like some of these things. But sometimes a little extra caution here and there can end up saving your life. And I think that it's also good to commend the father. He showed that, yes, he is a father who protects his children and his family. With the kind of pursuit that he gave to the NDLEA officials in their vehicle, I commend him for that, and he seems to be fighting the case. And I'm so proud of him as a fellow father. This is one of the things that fatherhood stands for. You must be able to protect your family. You must be able to fight for them, even if you have to go up against the system, in this case, the NDLEA. Because if you listen to his interview, you actually get to know that they were allegedly trying to physically harass him and prevent him from even taking a picture and a footage of what they were doing with him and what was transpiring. But he pursued. And he could have lost his life if they were reckless. He could have gotten injured if they were reckless. But he showed that he is a parent and a father who is ready to risk his life to protect his kids and also get justice for them. I tip my hats off to him. I'm waiting to see how this case will turn out, and I'm following it keenly. As and when there are updates, I promise you, I'll bring them up here. Until then, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so, turn on post notifications, hit the like button, and leave your comments in the comment section. We'll catch you next time. Stay safe out there.